Assalamu alaikum and welcome to morEwish cuisine. Today I'm sharing recipe of classic Pakistani style fruit trifle. Layer of homemade pound cake topped with some fresh fruits, followed by a custard made from scratch and topped with some jello and fresh cream. Today I'm sharing this recipe on a request and it's perfect for Ramadan, and you can celebrate your Eid this time with this classic twist. So let's go and see what we need for this recipe. So things we need for this recipe will be, I have some homemade fresh pound cake. It's still warm. It's on the wire rack. I will leave the link down below or on top for you to use the recipe. For custard, I'll be using Rafan vanilla custard powder. You can use any brand. I have the strawberry jello. I'll use some milk and some sugar to make our custard. So these are all the ingredients for custard. In terms of fruit, I'll be using some fresh fruit. I have an apple. I'll use sliced bananas and pineapple. You can use any fruit, whichever you have on hand, but bananas and apples are the basic classic fruit. Then I have this heavy whipping cream. I'll just whip up the cream, add some sugar, and I just use the cream to top it my trifle. So these are all the ingredients. Let's go and make it happen. So first, take your serving trifle dish. I'm using 8 by 8 square pan. You can use circular as well. Then I cut my pound cake into slices and start arranging at the bottom of my dish. Here you can see the thickness. It's not more than a ½ inch. So just cut your pound cake into slices and arrange it at the bottom of your serving dish. Then keep it on the side, and then we'll go and start making our jello. And for jello, first I boil a cup to a 1 1/4 cup water. Boil it completely. Then I added a whole packet of strawberry flavored jello and start mixing with the help of whisk until the jello crystals are completely dissolved in the water. Then I did this extra optional step. What I did, I soaked my bread with this jello mixture. This will actually just give a hint of strawberry flavor in your bread, and then it will moisten the bread as well. My cake is super soft and moist, so again, if you want to skip this step, you can totally do that. Then keep it on the side, and then to set the jello, I'm using 2 molds. I'm using a star shape mold and just a regular glass dish. For the star shape, I am just taking a spoonful and then filling up my mold, and then I pour the rest into my glass dish, and then I keep this on a room temperature until they are set, or you can keep it in the fridge as well. Now to make a custard, I took ½ cup of milk in a glass bowl, and then I added a custard powder according to the package instructions, and then start mixing until the custard powder is completely dissolved in milk. Now for all the queries, when you guys are saying that your custard get lumpy, this step is very important. So make sure all the custard powder is completely dissolved in milk, and then keep this on the side, and let's hop onto our stove and start boiling our milk. Then take a saucepan and start boiling rest of your milk with sugar and mix until sugar is completely dissolved, and then bring it to complete boil. Then take your custard milk mixture, mix it again, make sure the custard powder is not settling at the bottom, and then pour this custard milk mixture into your boiling milk. Start mixing immediately, and cook and mix until the custard milk is completely mixed with the rest of your milk, and then cook until this mixture comes to another boil and it start thickening. So while your custard is cooling a bit, start arranging your fresh fruit on top of your prepared bread, and then bring your custard and start pouring very lightly on top of your fresh fruit. As you can see, my custard, it's still warm. It's not set completely, but it's cooled down a little bit. It's not boiling. Now bring it to a room temperature and then put it in the fridge until it's cool completely. So after like 4 to 6 hours, when my custard was completely settled and cooled down, I cut my jello into cubes, and then I whip up the cream with some sugar, and then I decorated the top of my trifle with my whipped cream, and then I decorated the rest with the jello. You can decorate however you want to do it. You're not supposed to do it in a mold. You can just do just a cube and then scatter the jello cubes on top of your trifle. The best thing about fruit trifle is that you can play with all the ingredients. There is no hard and fast rule for this recipe. Add or omit as you please. Use any fruit you like, any flavor of custard, or just about anything and everything. But today I share the classic Pakistani style recipe, and if you try this at home, don't forget to take a picture and tag me on Facebook, Twitter, or on Instagram with the hashtag Ramadan with morEwish. And if you want to learn something else, let me know. Leave me a comment down below and I try to make it happen for you guys. And once again, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this recipe, click on the links to enjoy more recipes like this.